Gold buttons glittered at her ears. She carried herself with an aristocrat's hauteur, but something in the absorbed smoothness of her features betrayed the controls of a Bene Gesserit background. Sidetail's mind turned from nuances of language and faces to nuances of location. All around the dome lay hills mangy with melting snow, which reflected mottled wet blueness from the small blue-white sun hanging at the meridian. Why this particular place? Sidetail wondered. The Bene Gesserit seldom did anything casually. Take the dome's open plain, a more conventional and confining space might have inflicted the guildsman with claustrophobic nervousness. Inhibitions in his psyche were those of birth and life off-planet in open space. To have built this place especially for Edric, though, what a sharp finger that pointed at his weakness. What here, Sidetail wondered, was aimed at me? Have you nothing to say for yourself, Sidetail? The Reverend Mother demanded. You wish to draw me into this fool's fight? Sidetail asked. Very well. We're dealing with a potential messiah. You don't launch a frontal attack upon such a one martyrdom would defeat us. We're dealing with a potential messiah. You don't launch a frontal attack upon such a one. Martyrdom would defeat us. They all stared at him. You think that's the only danger? The Reverend Mother demanded, voice wheezing. Sidetail shrugged. He had chosen a bland, rounded face appearance for this meeting. Jolly features and vapid full lips. The body of a bloated dumpling. It occurred to him now, as he studied his fellow conspirators, that he had made an ideal choice. Out of instinct, perhaps. He alone in this group could manipulate fleshly appearance across a wide spectrum of bodily shapes and features. He was the human chameleon, a face dancer, and the shape he wore now invited others to judge him too lightly. Well, the Reverend Mother pressed. I was enjoying the silence, Sidetail said. Our hostilities are better left unvoiced. The Reverend Mother drew back, and Sidetail saw her reassessing him. They were all products of profound prana bindu training, capable of muscle and nerve control that few humans ever achieved. But Sidetail, a face dancer, had muscles and nerve linkages the others didn't even possess, plus a special quality of simpatico, a mimic's insight with which he could put on the psyche of another, as well as the other's appearance. Sidetail gave her enough time to complete the reassessment, said, Poison! He uttered the word with the atonals, which said he alone understood its secret meaning. The guildsman stirred, and his voice rolled from the glittering speaker globe which orbited a corner of his tank above Irulin. We're discussing psychic poison, not a physical one. Sidetail laughed. Mirabasa laughter could flay an opponent, and he held nothing back now. Irulin smiled in appreciation, but the corners of the Reverend Mother's eyes revealed a faint hint of anger. Stop that! Moheim rasped. Sidetail stopped, but he had their attention now. Edric, in a silent rage, the Reverend Mother alert in her anger, Irulin, amused but puzzled. Our friend Edric suggests, Sidetail said, that a pair of Bene Gesserit witches, trained in all of their subtle ways, have not learned the true uses of deception. Moheim turned to stare out at the cold hills of her Bene Gesserit homeworld. She was beginning to see the vital thing here, Sidetail realized. That was good. Irulin, though, was another matter. Are you one of us, or not, Sidetail? Edric asked. He stared out of tiny rodent eyes. My allegiance is not the issue, Scytale said. He kept his attention on Eurolin. You are wondering, Princess, if this is why you came all those parsecs, risked so much? She nodded agreement. Was it to bandy platitudes with a humanoid fish, or dispute with a fat Talaxu face dancer? Scytale asked. She stepped away from Edric's tank, shaking her head in annoyance at the thick odor of melange. Edric took this moment to pop a melange pill into his mouth. He ate the spice and breathed it, and, no doubt, drank it. Scytale noticed, understandable, but, because the spice heightened a steersman's prescience, gave him the power to guide a guild highliner across space at translight speeds. With spice awareness, he found that line of the ship's future which avoided peril. Edric smelled another kind of peril now, but this crutch of prescience might not find it.